Is it? Let me actually look.
That's fucked up.
Let me
I
check.
just lost my hardware skill.
Where?
It's supposed to be in engineering.
Let me double check
So
it.
Hardware is an electronic group.
What the hell is happening?
Oh, it's in engineering.
Something's wrong with the sheet. It's like it won't.
Yeah.
No, something's messing up entirely.
Hold on, I'll reload.
Yeah, I don't think it's just you. I think, like, what the hell's happening? I mean, like, it's supposed to be right there, but it's not there. Along with I think the sheet's messing up right now. It's not. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to refresh too. God damn, this thing is causing me. Ever since this sheet got updated, it's been causing problems. This is not cool.
There we go. Now she rolls.
This is not cool. I mean, like,
She rolls.
it should not be. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right, so I mean, you've dealt with you have access to the Matrix. You can easily just look that up on the internet. Maybe you have it saved as a file of like job related stuff.
Well, I mean, I just take out the comm links if I need any spare parts. Just wire those.
So you're using the comm links to make some sort of makeshift detonator.
Yeah.
It's like, sounds easy. In short, you're making like a cell phone bomb.
Yeah, like a dirty fucking bomb,
like
man.
A dirty bomb. All right,
Damn.
so.
Ring, ring. Hello.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay, so Dust, you're on the roof. Like you have this guy is leaned against the wall. There's a couple dudes. Wait, what?
That's only one turn, isn't it? Or one simple action?
One simple action, so what's the next one?
I think it would be a complex action.
What, making a complex detonator out of cell phone parts? Yeah, that would be a complex action.
Okay, fuck it, it's complex.
Melee combat is a complex action.
Yeah, okay. Dust, you're up. You're on the roof, you have your gun drawn. This guy got shot twice. And then the van is rocked twice because it got hit with both an armor-piercing bullet and a gauze rifle slug, so... And to be honest, Mara, I mean, these guys are armored with like 18 armor, and they're like, you're firing just slugs.
Yeah, she still looks really sad, though.
Yeah, so. Yeah, you need to upgrade your arsenal.
I'm a cold shot this guy's head.
Okay, so you're just gonna headshot him.
1 second.
Which likely, you're only gonna hit as the armor on his head, which is equivalent to just like 4, I think. Let me double check it, because I think it is. It's a modified helmet, so yeah, it's only 4. And then the anarchists, I don't even think they're wearing helmets. I think they're just wearing jackets. Nope, they have helmets too. Like underneath that weird ass hood they have is apparently armored sheets.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. So these guys are well equipped. Yeah, you're only going to contact with like 4 armor, and I think your armor piercing alone will go through that. No, they'll at least have 1d6, which they fail. So, so that's going to be pure damage straight through their head. So let's keep it simple. I mean, you pretty much blow his brains out, just all over the inside of the vehicle.
He goes from legless to headless.
Yep.
Then I casually walk down the wall of the van.
Okay, so, I mean, like, they look up and they have their guns drawn, but they don't see anybody up there.
Yeah, well, on their turn, I'm assuming that they're going to be distracted shooting straight up, so...
Yeah, they're not distracted shooting straight up, like, they aim and they're professional enough not to just fire bullets randomly at nothing. So they look up, they're looking for the threat, and they're looking out the window, even though it's dangerous to do so.
But how can they, like, unless they're sticking their head out and then, like, leaning out, which they'd have to do on their
They're just looking up through the skylight, and they can't really see anything. Or did you just blast a hole through the solid metal?
Yeah, through the metal.
Okay, so you blew a hole through the metal. Wouldn't that reduce the damage, though? Because you would encounter... Oh, wait, armor piercing, never mind. So, there's that armor, there's the... Okay, so, never mind. So...
It would still give him a lobotomy.
Yeah, so, if it would hit the top structure, you would encounter 4 body, which would reduce the damage. It's still, either way, his head gets blown off. So, they're looking up through the hole in the ceiling. Alright, so, reroll your initiatives. It's only been, what, 3 combat turns?
Yeah, I think so.
It's equivalent to, like, each turn, each, like, action you guys do is equivalent to, like, what? Maybe 6 seconds? I'd go with 6 seconds. Some of this stuff is happening simultaneously, so I would say this engagement's only been going on for maybe 7 minutes. Maybe less, maybe like 5 or 4 minutes.
Bloody effective.
I don't think we've even done 10 turns, which means less than a minute.
Yeah, we'll go 50
In
seconds.
theory, we're all doing all of these things in our turns at the same time.
Yeah, so...
It's supposed to be simultaneous.
So, in less than a minute, you've dealt with the threat.
The Thunderstruck is still playing then.
Yep, and that. There, so...
You still got a playlist, though, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, so...
You're good.
So in about 50 seconds, you dealt with the threat, and most of them are pretty much incapacitated. Like, there's the 3 guys who are still trapped in there. So, FaZe, again, apparently you're up.
Shit. I can't have Aaron go first to throw a bomb in there, can I?
You could, I mean. But then you'd have
Yeah.
the other 3 people who would go first.
Goddamn.
Sam's not going to
shit.
do anything. Dust and Mara would be next up, so... I mean, you could relay that. Are you going to relay to them? Hey, I got an idea.
Yeah, sure. I'll
So...
share it with... Well, actually, I can't even relay it.
Oh yeah,
signal.
jam comms.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Comms are being jammed. You better
Horrible.
be in visual beacon range.
this is what
Beacon
happens
distance.
when your plan works against you.
Well,
so what do
he
they
can
got?
disable it, then re-enable it, but... And yeah.
So what can these guys? I don't think they can really do anything. I think they're stuck in there.
Yeah, they are. They're fucked.
They can't get out of the van. Yeah, they're fucked. They can't go anywhere. Trapped inside their own vehicle.
Doesn't that
Because there
suck?
are just 3 left.
Yep, there's just 3 left, and they can't go anywhere. So that would officially make the battle over.
I mean, I could just let everyone else go first, but...
Mhm.
Until
So I
it hits
mean,
Aaron's
let's
turn,
go
and
with Sam's not going to do anything. Sam's going to spend his time recuperating from all the amount of spells he had to cast. Dust, what do you plan to do?
Just keep shooting in.
Okay, for
Actually,
you the
no.
battle is not over.
Wait, why not? I'll go around the side and shoot it in the fucking fuel tank again.
Okay, so I mean there are easier ways to do that than wasting bullets, but alright, I guess you're just gonna shoot it in the fuel tank.
I've got these explosive rounds, what am I going to do with them other than shoot cars?
Shoot other things, but yeah, sure. Okay, so you're shooting the undercarriage. And since it's like, let's see, that's 15 minus 3 armor, it's got 12 armor, so that's 9. So that's... Because the undercarriage, obviously the undercarriage is going to be armored. Because it's the fuel tank. You don't want that going up. So in total that is 2? That's a fit. That doesn't. I don't even have to count that because that's like that is a critical glitch.
Is that our first glitch?
Yeah, that's the first critical glitch in a combat scenario that we've had.
That's just a glitch.
That's just a glitch. How?
They got 2 successes.
Okay, so that's just
Whenever
a
you get a
glitch.
success, it's just a glitch. When you don't get any successes and half of them are 1s, then it's a critical glitch.
Right. So
But
I
that's still a glitch.
mean, you shoot the tank and the tank immediately lights on fire. I mean, it seems like the guys are going to be cooked inside of the vehicle.
You cruel bastard.
hmm
Kentucky Fried Anarchists and a beat.
So I mean, like you hear banging from inside, like they're trying to get out, but they can't get out.
Dust is now just whistling to herself.
Okay, so it takes
I
about
take it
how
we don't
long?
need the jam.
Let's roll it. So It takes about 2 minutes for them to be cooked alive inside there.
Oh, fuck.
God damn.
So, I mean, you hit the fuel tank and then the
I would
heat...
have shot through and killed them. Like, I'm not gonna...
Okay, so Mara, being, like, seeing this... Like, you can literally see from the door through the hole, seeing that the vehicle's now on fire, and these guys are getting cooked alive. You shoot a shot through, like a mercy shot through them and kill them all?
I mean, if I do it one shot, yeah.
Okay,
That'd be
so...
cool.
I think the easier way is to just hit the fuel tank again and make it explode. Like...
Yeah, but I'd rather just not do that.
Okay, so you're just going to leave them to die. Because it's going to be a little hard to... It's going to be a waste of ammo to shoot all three of them.
I'll shoot them, but I don't want to explode the car.
Okay. The car's on fire. It's going to explode anyway. Once the gas tank gets enough pressure, it'll detonate.
Let him burn.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll just explode the car then.
Okay, so you probably aim at the fuel tank, you fire at it, and then the car just goes up in a massive fireball. You know, similar to the other one. So, you know, there's no bodies left, like, the bodies are just powdered.
I wanted the loot. God damn.
I did too, right?
Yeah, so...
These OMGs
all that's left is, like, this body was too close to the explosion, it's actually lit on fire. This one is probably the only one that's intact.
I want his cell phone.
So,
that's all I want.
His comm device is similar, yeah, so you're both, like, immediately just going over there to loot him?
Give me a cell phone!
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I need his comm link, damn it.
So, you hijack his comm link, Mara, I mean, he's armed with an LMG. He's got... What the hell is it called? This one is armed with, like, it's a standard issue. It's the Agram Valiant, which is a... It's like the run-of-the-mill popular machine gun.
Nice.
So, it's got the 100-round drum. It's got some pretty fancy, like, there's some fancy gizmos on it. Like, you can tell it's got a shot. I don't know. How good are you with guns?
I'm pretty good with guns. Especially...
No, I said guns. How good are you with gun identification?
It's like a skill?
What skill would be guns? That's like agility. That's standard is agility. But it's considered a heavy weapon, so you might be able to use heavy weapon to identify it. So roll heavy weapons. Roll heavy weapon skill and see, can you identify this gun just by looking at it? So yes, I mean you immediately identify, like, this is a heavy machine gun, or this is a LMG light machine gun. It's called the Igram variant, the Igram Valiant. It's got a few modifications to it that are not standard. Like, it's got a shock pad to improve the recoil. It's got a gas vent to improve the recoil. It's even got a laser sight. So it's a pretty there's been some money put into this, along with the 100-round drum clip. You're lucky the ammo didn't go off with this proximity to a flaming vehicle. But likely, this is all you're going to recover. Like, you got the machine gun, you have maybe his armor, but his armor's been shredded, because you did blow his shoulder off with a railgun. So, his helmet's still intact, roughly, but it is dented pretty badly. And this guy's big. I mean, this guy is at least 7 feet tall. He's much taller than you. And he's a troll, he's got horns. Real big gun. You know, the typical bruiser type of soldier.
Cool.
Okay, so you're hijacking his LMG.
Oh yeah.
So, do you even have any room to carry that? Like,
sure.
Because you have this big ass railgun. Where's it gonna go? I mean, like, on your person.
Shoulder.
On your shoulder.
I just sling it over the shoulder. Yeah.
Okay, so you have this other big ass gun. Do a carry lift. Can you even carry both these guns at the same time?
I have no idea.
I'll just carry lift. Let's see what happens. This is, you're carrying barely. It's starting to get heavy. You cannot carry any more of them. Like, you have two massive heavy weapons on your back, and it's like you feel like you can't carry anymore. It's too much weight if you tried. It's enough that you're carrying two, like, you have to carry all its ammo, too, which is like 300 rounds. 3 massive drums of ammo. So, luckily, if you're wise, you will drop them off somewhere when you're not using them. Or you'll find something to carry it for you.
Like a conveniently placed car.
Yeah, like the car. So, do you want me to add that to your list of, like, weapons, or?
I'm not going to use it personally, I'm going to give it to a drone, so I just need to know what it is.
Okay, so... Well, let me just, I'm going to put it... I wish I had it. Let's see.
If you can just put it on, like, my main page notes or something, what it is.
Yeah, I'll put it in the main page. Alright, so... I'm typing that in now. So it has a... It does, what, 9 physical damage? 9 physical damage. It has a, what? Doesn't help this thing, it's like, it's getting all wacky. It has a, this thing is highly accurate. It has an accuracy of 5, which is pretty high. That's very high for a heavy machine gun. I think that's better than most heavy machine guns. It's got the -2 AP. It's got a total of 5 recoil dampening, so you can fire up to 6 shots before a recoil kicks in.
Well, that's not too much of an issue when I hand it to a drone.
Yeah, and plus,
Really
but I mean, like, it pretty much means you can fire this thing straight on full auto and not have recoil problems. Okay, so what else do you have? This is a fully automatic.
You don't have to put down all its stats, just what...
I am putting down all its stats now. It's too late. I already put them there.
Okay.
So... Then you have 300 rounds of ammo, 300 bullets, 3 drums of ammo, along with, you have these 3 things that are attached to the gun that you have to put in the notes. I'm just going to put, so... the notes on gun, so that you kind of understand what's in it. Which is, you got the shock pad, so this is just for, like, so you know that what this gun, like, this is a fancy gun. It's got a laser sight, so you'll be tracing a laser sight over things. You have the gas vent that vents out and allows you to, just a bunch of extra attachments. Alright, so that should be good. Let me see if it saved. I hope it did.
Looks like it did, yeah.
Let me do the double save in case that didn't work. There we go. So it's like when I do edit save, that's usually when it sticks, and there's no, like, little to no chance that it'll fail. All right, so going off of initiative, those guys are dead. Like, everybody there, they're pretty much. Now here's the problem: you kind of block the road with all the debris.
We'll just go to the back entrance, I guess.
So you're putting more, like, Dust is like putting random bullets into her gun. Like, she put armor-piercing bullets into her gun along with more explosive. At a 1-to-1 interval, so is it supposed to be random, or you just know which one's going to fire?
I know which one.
Okay, so at a 1-to-1 interval, which means, like, when she shoots, she's shooting one explosive, and then the next round's going to be armor-piercing, and then explosive, and so on. I
can also take a free action to change which ammo type.
So, I mean, you have plenty of time in the world. I mean, so.
Well, I might as well give the cops the.
I mean,
the
the cops are like they've been quiet. I mean, they've just been watching what's happening, watching all the damage. Kree's been kind of off to the side, and she's trying to reassure them. It's like, yeah, this happens all the time. Don't worry about it. Just like they're kind of freaking out because of the collateral damage you caused. Blowing the storefront out, blowing up 2 vehicles.
Those vehicles weren't,
Yeah, they weren't friendly, and they know that. But it's like they're thinking of, okay, well, what about the most you have is that now there seems to like the 2 of the 3 patrol cars they have is cordoning off the area.
I mean, what we've done is we've
Those cars
broken
are
some glass and we've torn through some metal shutters.
Yeah, but still, it's like this. There's still 2 destroyed vehicles outside, so they're cordoning off the area.
Yeah, of course.
So you have 2 patrol cars, or 2 patrol cars, which is like 4 officers. They're cordoning off the area. It's like, this is official business. Like the questions they're answering is like, there's an incident happening down the road. We're trying to keep civilians away from this area.
I'm gonna sneak inside before they get me with a camera again.
I mean, they're not allowing
Fuck
any
that.
civilians into this area because obviously there's a war zone down here. They don't want to get anybody caught in the crossfire.
Oh, I know, but the zoom feature on their cameras.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
like,
that shit.
like and
I'm
there's
not
like,
dealing with that
and
again.
let's see, who's nearby? Like, Dust, you were near enough to see them drive up in their car and like start to cordon off the area. You see this crowd? There are crowds of people, like wondering what's going on. They're cordoned off the area. It's like, we'll try and restore order as fast as possible, but this is currently a war zone, so we advise you stay back for a bit. They didn't use the word war zone. It's like, there's an incident up ahead. We need you to stay back.
Make it all politically correct and whatnot.
I mean, they have to. Some of them are the media. So, like, there's some reporters reporting from outside the barrier what's going on. Because it's a news story. So,
Yeah, explosions and shit.
is anybody going to
Makes
crack
great
into the
news.
news?
Question: Can they
Potentially.
broadcast while I'm jamming the area?
No.
Nope.
Oh, well, there you go.
They're trying to broadcast, but I mean, they can't because there's a jam signal.
They can
Oh,
still
there you go.
record though.
Yeah, they're
Unless
still
you get into the
recording
device,
they're still recording just regular tapes. They're not transmitting to their main server hubs.
which we could also change if we felt like it.
Yeah, so obviously they're changing, like they're mostly recording about how there's currently a jamming signal happening and how there's military operation happening in there, or it feels like a military operation. There already was 2 massive explosions of vehicles detonating.
I was like quietly taking salvage into the car.
So
Just super stealthily.
I mean, they're trying to look over like some of them are trying to record what's happening with the van and you loading the salvage, and it's like the officer's like it's like, sorry ma'am, that's official business, I'm gonna have to confiscate your camera.
Yeah, I still have my gas mask on too, so it's fine.
Hey, but it like they're trying to say it's like no recordings, this is official business, we'll do an official broadcast after this, just please no recordings. Or no recordings
I'm, like,
into
taking
the
the-
combat zone, because confidential.
I'm like pulling a door off one of the blown up trucks.
Okay, so FaZe is handing the C4. Why are you handing? Like he's looking at you. It's like, why are you handing me this?
He needs all the firepower he could get.
It's like,
don't
are
need
you
that thing.
actually saying that to him? It's like you need all the firepower you can get.
Yeah, I know their situation, financial and human
so-
resources.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of money, so
So
he's looking
Here's
at you.
all
It's
the
like,
resources
I
you
don't
can
think
get.
I need this, but you've already walked away by that point.
yep,
Oh,
he could keep
take
it.
Okay, so and he hands it off. It's like he's not an explosives expert. He doesn't know what he's like. He just hands it off like.
Dust casually.
Kree's kind of chilling and like she's just kind of sitting in the corner. It's like bet on the horn roughly before the jamming came in. It's like looks like our pickup's gonna arrive in a few seconds. So yeah, just we'll unlock the back door and we'll just go out that way.
Dust counts 3 seconds on her fingers.
And then you start hearing sirens from the back. So what you see is you see another bulldog, but this one is painted white, and it's got like medical. It's got the medical cross and stuff on it. So the doctor's pretty calm for everything that just happened. So he quickly goes to the back door. He keys in a code, and then the maglocks unlock, and he starts opening the doors. And you see the bunch of the nurses, like, they're kind of... Some of them are in shock, some of them are acting normally. Like, he quickly gives orders, like, alright, get the patients into the back of the van. Hurry, we need to get moving. It's like pile them up if you have to. We can't wait for a second trip. We have to get everyone out now. So you see, like, medical gurneys. People are like, some of them don't need to be on gurneys. Maybe 2 or 3 of them need to be, but the rest seem to be able to walk. Okay, who's painting what on where?
He was describing the truck.
Oh, the truck. No, it doesn't have a pointy top. It's not a KKK van. Okay. Anyway. So they're loading it in. The only other vehicle is another van to get the supplies. But after that, that's all they have. Like, they're still relying on you to transport the other half of the supplies.
Can we fit that much in the Coatesmobile?
Okay, so it's not the Coatesmobile anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Coates hasn't decided.
It's in our heart, though.
So, yes, we can fit all that stuff in the limited vehicle space we have. We'll just have to compartmentalize a bit. And it might be a little cramped.
So, question, did Aaron and I come in the Coatesmobile, or did we bring our own vehicles?
I thought didn't they come in the Coatesmobile? Did they come on their
I don't
bikes?
know. We weren't here.
I thought they biked.
Yeah, they bike. You biked here, so you have your bikes.
Okay, I take a door off of one of these vans and put it on my bike with me.
Okay, just put it on like the
A
back
fucking
seat.
door.
And they're trying,
Nice,
like
the
the reporters are desperately trying to record all this. Like, it's like, what is happening in there? But the police are like, all right, no footage. We told you that. Turn that off. This is official business. We'll do an announcement later. We'll have a press conference at this time. I'm just like, no recordings.
I'll check the news footage anyway.
Yeah, so...
Just in case.
Well, they're not going to allow the news footage to be released. They're, like, confiscating cameras and such.
Oh, good.
It's hardcore.
So, I mean, considering what's happening, yeah, I mean...
Well, it's nothing too special, just the war zone.
Yeah, so, I mean, if anything, why didn't you load up the van in the back? Is it just because everything was in the front?
I'm pretty sure the salvage was there, so just took it.
Yeah, and that's where the stuff blew up, so...
Alright, so you're just taking, like, flaming... And remember, some of the stuff is still on fire, so be careful.
I just stomp it out.
Yeah, so just stomp out the flaming debris.
Just whatever's convenient.
So, you took a door. What else were you planning to take off these vehicles? These are just standard vehicles.
Just whatever. It's the same model as the van, so...
Do you want Coates to at least help? Coates is fire retardant. You sure you don't want him to, like, take the stuff out?
I mean, if he's offering, I'm not really
Yeah, so...
too worried about it.
I mean, what else has he got to lose? So he's, like, grabbing doors that are on fire. His hands are, like, turning hot, like, molten hot.
We're gonna have so many doors.
I don't know what you just... Like, as much as you can pile on the bike, like, he's got, like, 2 on there. It's like, I don't think any more can fit on this.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so, it's like, and we can't really salvage too much. We need to put more medical supplies to the back. Like, and they're, like, he's already loading up some of them.
Yeah, that's fine. Just a couple of doors is fine.
Okay, so, and Coates is loading up his own vehicle with what's left of the medical supplies. You see some of the orderlies are loading up theirs. And let's see, what is the rest of you doing? I mean, let's start with Torbjorn. What's Torbjorn doing while he's watching all this stuff happen?
I suppose I would be going through and trying to erase any evidence that I had hacked into this.
Okay. So, I mean, the doctor just walks up to you. It's like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. We're going to purge the system anyway.
Oh. Alright. I'll be in the
So,
car.
and the doctor, he's got some bruises. Like, he's walking around normally, but he's got several bruises from a couple things he had to do. Like the right side of his face is kind of swelling up too. So it's like he's definitely seen some shit today.
That has no bearing on me whatsoever. It's like, okay.
Okay. All right. So I guess Dust is in the back. No. Yes. Maybe.
She's leaning up against the wall, trying to wipe off the now drying blood she's covered with.
Okay. So and she's like, and he's like, I can't thank you enough. Really, this is something else. You know. As much as I'd love to rely on the police, it seems like the police needed your help, not the other way around.
Well, at least your payment will pay for the dry cleaning.
It's like, oh no, we've been offered, it's like, we've been approved. You've been approved double pay if this job goes off the rest of the way, so have no fear. You're getting paid for this.
Oh, nice.
It's like, and we'll definitely keep you in our contact list in case we have more jobs in the future. It's like
this was a really good leather jacket, you know.
And it's like yes, it is, and that's why I kind of argued a little bit more. It's just we're asking a lot of you, and it didn't seem like they were willing to pay until I started showing them what was happening, and then I think it's like it's like I'm gonna be honest, it's good for publicity. What's happening now, which is kind of not very humane, but.
I'm very confused at how massacres are good for publicity.
It's like, we're not willing to just sit down and let our medical supplies be stolen and let people remain untreated. Not let ruffians like these, whatever they are, come in and just do as they please. Good for publicity. It makes the clinic look good.
Yeah, I guess I can get that.
And it's like, and in return you get paid for it. So it's a win-win. It's like, I see you're not very interested. I'll be on my way. And so he just starts walking towards the ambulance.
See ya.
Okay, so
money.
It takes about 5 minutes for them to fully load everything. I mean, they brought in a few people, and some of them look like there's a combination of volunteers who look like they shouldn't even be here to people who are like these are like former military. Some of them, like, you maybe see one or two who are HRT, like high risk trauma units. So they have a wide diversity of skill. And these HRT guys that come in, like, they're armed. Like, they're armed pretty heavily. One of them has a combat shotgun. The other one has what looks like a fully automatic. Like, not an AK, something that costs a little more.
Have no fear, Doc Wagon is here.
So, I mean, these guys came in here looking for more fight, but the fight's already over, so. And, like, one of them walks up to Dust and it's like, you guys do all this?
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at it and it's like, you did well. Limited the collateral damage, killed the threat. No civilian casualties. I'd say you did a good job.
Thanks.
It's like, of course, you know how the media is and you know how people are. You do a little bit of damage and they're going to bitch about it.
As always.
It's like, right. And then he just walks away. And so, the doc, before he gets to the door and then he kind of hustles back. It's like, did you get the new contract information? Like, it was sent to you. Oh, wait a minute. Like it, and he's looking at Torbjorn because he realizes it's like, wait a second, there was a jamming signal that went out. It's like, all right, so I'm just gonna have to tell you, your contract has been altered slightly. You're going to need to escort us to where we're going. And it's like, how?
Do we get paid more for that? The hell?
It's like, how skilled are you at firing from a moving vehicle?
Skilled enough. I don't like changes, you know.
It's like, of course, and we realize that, and they're willing to offer more payment for it. They're giving like, he's looking at what he saved. It's like they're giving that doesn't seem reasonable. It seems they're only giving you maybe another 1,000 nuyen as a bonus. It's like, I guess they're assuming that double pay plus 1,000, 7,000 standard is enough, but I would say otherwise. But when we get a clear signal, I'll negotiate with them.
Do what you can.
It's like, if anything, you can talk with them too once the signal clears up. I mean, and he's looking at the two hackers next to him. It's like, when you decide that anyway.
Oh, once I had broken the hard line, that would have severed anyway.
No, it's just so you turned off the jamming signal by now.
Yeah.
All right, so you're telling him that, and it's like he tries to call him again. Like, he tries to call him again, and you see, like, he takes off his earpiece as, like, someone's shouting through it. It's like, well, comms are back on. It's like, sir. It's like, give him a minute, he does this.
Well, I pull up the cyber deck and say, you want me to turn him down?
It's like, no, nothing like that. So...
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, yes, sir. But there's someone you need to talk to, and he's like handing the earbud to Dust.
I guess Dust takes it and puts it in her other ear.
Yeah, it's like, right, who is this?
Dust.
It's like, and who are you?
Leader of the group that you hired to move.
It's like, do you know how much trouble you're causing me? I mean, I'm already having to call in some favors to get the police force to cordon off the area.
Would you have preferred that we weren't there and all of your stuff was taken?
It's like, you make a fair point. It's like, alright. Well, that stuff is still not safe. We still need to get it out of there. It's like, I take it that we didn't have enough room in the 2 vehicles we sent.
Yeah, we've got a van. It's full.
It's like, alright.
Now.
Hand the phone back to the doctor. I need to talk with him for a second.
Dust hands over the phone.
Okay, so... It's like, speaking. It's like, doctor speaking. Yes. Oh, really? Okay. Alright, I'll let them know. Okay, bye. It's like, alright, good news and bad news. Good news is you're approved for triple pay. Bad news is contract's changed, and it looks like they haven't given up just yet.
Oh, joy.
It's like,
Dust gives a long, exasperated sigh.
It's like, and the doctor looks at you guys and like, did you really think this was going to be easy? They really want these medical supplies.
Well, I turned to Dust and asked if she wants to renegotiate with the guy.
Yeah.
I could easily find him.
Triple is enough, but after you've lost, 3 squads of men, do you keep on pursuing the...
It's like, apparently it's not about the men anymore. Apparently it's about something else. It's like, we're not really sure, but it seems like, this doesn't seem like they're after the supplies. It seems like they're after something else. I mean, we don't have anything of value to them. Besides the meds, it doesn't seem like they're looking for something. I don't know what, though. And it's like, and to be completely honest, I don't think my employer is giving me the full story. Something is in this warehouse that they want. I mean, look around you. Then it's like they're sending two heavily armed trucks here, a minor HRT unit. Then they hired you for triple pay. Something is of value in this warehouse.
Do they keep manifests?
It's like, yes, but I've looked through the manifests. I've even cracked into those encrypted files. That's not written down. Whatever's in here, they really want it.
I suppose the company keeps that information.
It's like, if you want to hack into their database, be my guest, but I'd rather not know.
Excellent.
It's like, and he's like holding up his hands like, I officially did not approve of these actions.
Oh, but you did.
It's like, you have nothing on record that says that I approved of these actions.
Ha ha ha. That's funny.
Dust like immediately just chuckles a bit and then impersonates him perfectly.
It's like, alright, so I'm gonna ask you not to.
Oh, that's a separate matter. Yes. Alright, fine.
It's like, I would like to keep my job, thank you.
Just kidding around with you.
So, it's like, you guys have a strange sense of humor.
You need
it's
one.
Like,
you get depressed and
it's like, very well. It's just, we're already gearing up the vans. We have to actually modify them slightly to add some more armor plating. Apparently, they came prepared, which makes me more suspicious of what cargo's being delivered.
Shit, I'm getting paid triple. I don't care what the hell they're hauling.
It's like my thoughts exactly, but still, it seems rather dangerous. And it's like, I think it's maybe one of the patients. Maybe it's not what the materials. Maybe it's one of the patients is rather important.
Do they keep a list of their names?
It's like, I have a list of their names. I didn't find anybody unusual. Just a few random workers. Just nothing out of the ordinary.
Mind if I have that list?
It's like, and he just hands it to you. It's like, be my guest. I know it's against doctor confidentiality, but at this point, don't care.
Well, it was either that or I get it through different means.
Yeah, but at least that's legally, that's me not saying you do it. That's you doing it on your own.
I'll just copy the list of names and hand them the paper. I didn't see shit.
It's like, anyway. So, I mean, what do you do now? You have to load up in the van, you have to move out. Apparently, the mission has changed, and you have to escort them to their destination, which is a 20-minute drive. But they're gearing up like they're expecting opposition. Like, the second van, they're mounting a heavy machine gun on top of it. Like, they're just opening up a roof hatch, and they're putting a heavy machine gun in it. And one of the guys is mounted on the roof. So, I mean, they're gearing up for a fight. Like, they're expecting a fight along the way there.
Shit, the faster we finish it, the faster we get paid.
Mm-hmm. So, Kree's loading up in the van. Okay, so who's driving? Mara, you're still driving? Are you driving the van or are you driving your own vehicle? Oh, wait, they're both AFK. Great. Okay, so... I mean, Torb, where are you going? I mean, this is getting... I don't know if this is going over your head about what's happening. I mean, it went from, alright, you're going to get paid to, this has become a war zone situation.
Well, from what I hear, the payment's just getting larger.
Yeah, so triple pay, which is equivalent to 9,000 new yen, not including whatever bonuses you might get. So that's just base pay. That's a lot of money.
A couple of hundred new yen to 9,000.
Yeah, to almost no new yen to almost 9,000, because apparently whatever they're trying to transport is of extreme value. So much so that they have an HRT unit down here, and they have armed soldiers with these guys. So, I mean, there's at least two. Like, the van with the medical supplies is apparently both a transport and an armored vehicle. So you're background
Well, shit, at least
checking
they're
every
armed.
patient. Hold on, let me. So you also find nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, like you completely background checked everybody. You cross-referenced it. You did everything in your power to try and check these patients, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. So in terms of official records, these guys are normal.
Well, there's always the unofficial stuff.
Yeah, but that's like hacking into military and government the government systems, which is different.
Those are usually fun.
Yeah, that's like hitting a wall, and likely you'll get either incarcerated or some other horrible thing. Like just for
That is
attempting
if they
it.
get a physical location.
Yeah, which they can find. I mean, they have some of the best hackers.
But I have countermeasures for that. There are
So do
programs to
they.
stop them from finding
So
me.
do they. They're supposed to be better than you, remember?
Yeah,
They've been doing it for longer, and they're paid to do it. Like, officially.
Well, so are
Somewhat
we
paid.
technically.
Yeah, but you're not. You're in terms of skill differences, it's like your guys are somewhat amateur compared to them. Because they've been doing it for longer, and they have the larger playbook.
Shit.
And they have the processing power. Yeah.
True. In that case, I'll slave a server. I don't know. There's my process.
Yeah, you'll have to hit them with something a little harder than what you got right now.
I shall slave the country.
Alright,
In
so,
due time,
I
then.
mean, the doctor's loading up in the ambulance. Torb, where are you going? I mean, there's only one transport vehicle, and that's the van that you came in, so. Mara, are you taking your own ride, or are you driving the van? Because Coach, he can drive the van.
If I think we're gonna get shot at, I'll stay in the van.
Okay, so you're just going to leave your bike here?
Now I'll tell it to go and do things.
Go.
At home, I guess.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
rigged.
so.
The bike just wanders off.
Yeah, Torb, you're getting constant reports that you're going to get shot at. There's a high chance you're going to get shot at.
You see a bike just drive off.
Yep, that's
People on
pretty much
top.
what it's doing, and like even there's still those reporters watching the bike drive off.
Drives through the reporters. because
Okay,
it's
so
fucking
Raven
right.
and Aaron are loading up in the other armored van with the machine
Yeah,
gun
it's that bike, by the way, that I posted.
because there's not enough room in the other van. I mean, with all the supplies, your carry capacity's been cut in half. Although this one's like a 12-seat van, there's like you can only seat like 6 people now. So you're with the doctor now.
Should.
Are there any like tarps or anything?
Tarps for what?
Just tarps.
Yeah, there's tarps around. Why?
Dust goes on top of the vehicle and covers herself with a tarp.
Right. Okay, so Torb, Sam's gonna load up in the other van. Torb, you're the last one out. I mean, besides the 2 officers who are like, they're a bit dumbstruck, but they're moving out as well. Like they're just
Like,
collecting
thank God we didn't
they're
have to do
collecting the
anything.
bodies for retrieval.
I'll probably get in the van with everybody else.
Which van? There's 3 of them. There's the van with
The one that's-
there's the van with us in it, like the main crew. That's our main transport van. There's the one with the gun turret on top of it, and then there's the ambulance. The ambulance is going to be in the middle.
I'll get in the ambulance.
Okay, so with all the patients. So
Roll for which disease you catch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
well, they're not diseased; they're just wounded. So I mean, you have to drive the van to put yourself in between the vehicles like that.
Sure.
So I mean, you drive up behind, and you hear like the guy in the front vehicle. It's like this is Triag 1 signing in. Do all of you receiving?
Yes, I even have your home address.
So it's like, all right, we're gonna go convoy fashion. It's only a 20-minute drive, but we're expecting hostiles on the way through the city. It's like they're not just gonna let us drive off. We'll take the front,
Damn.
keep the vehicle in the middle safe. That's where all the patients are. So, and his vehicle, like, he just slowly starts to take off, and you start going down the road. Okay, so let's adjust our map slightly. I'm just going to make this map bigger. Or is that as big as I can make it? I don't know.
I think it's as big as you can make it, isn't it?
No, not this one. It's the main map. So we're in the Essen map. I mean, it's a 20-minute drive. So we started downtown. Let's see. So, I mean, driving through the town, we go off without a hitch. I mean, we're driving down. We have people are more concerned that we have guns mounted on our vehicles. Like, we look like a military convoy. We don't look like anything standard. But we're not trying to hide ourselves.
No, that's what makes everything better.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, there's a guy on top. He's mounted, like, let's see, it's Raven and it's Aaron. They're both in the vehicle with the gun turret. Like, this is at least a 50 caliber. Likely it's just another LMG that we could easily rip off when need be. Okay, so you leave the city, like you're going through the city, you leave the city, nothing seems to be happening. It's when you hit the outskirts that bad things happen. So let's see. Now we're on this map. Hold on, let me get I have to go get the convoy vehicles.
We are the mighty convoy. Nothing can get in our way.
Except for what's about to happen. That'll probably get in your way.
Dust hums that song.
Okay. So as you're humming this song, bad stuff begins to happen. That sounds about right.
Joy.
To the world. I don't know the rest of that song.
Okay, so, I mean, you're driving... You guys have approached this way before, I think. Oops, that's, Let me paste you somewhere down here, because it didn't paste correctly. Let me get your vehicles out of the red splotches. I wish that vehicle wasn't slanted, it's throwing me off. Okay, so you got the ambulance in the middle, you got the main vehicle in the front. I mean, you get to, like, the outskirts of town. And, like, you get to maybe here, and then he tells the convoy to stop. It's like, alright, something's not right. We should have been hailed by now.
Don't stop, keep going.
It's like, you sure?
Stopping is a good way to get shot at.
It's like, so is driving in there.
Well, one's a moving target, one's a sitting target.
It's like, and it's like, what if they mind? It's like, I have a better idea. Let's do neither. So, and he starts taking the vehicle to the other direction. Like, he starts, like, saying, let's go into the forest area and let's park there. At least that's going to give us some decent cover.
And here's
Sam,
where
We
we
have
get
to
shot.
retake this fucking compound again.
Okay,
I am
so-
going to be pissed.
Sam, scout.
Yeah, Sam, scout.
Okay,
How do I
so,
get him to scout?
yeah, you're the scout, because you're Sam today.
Magic.
You know how to use his magic? I mean, his magic causes drain on him, so he actually takes...
But it depends on how powerful I make the magic be.
Astral projection doesn't cost anything.
Okay, so...
I think that's something he can just do.
Yeah, so he's
you
gonna
just,
project
like,
himself.
throw anybody.
So we're parking, and then I guess, do you at least tell them that you're gonna do some astral recon?
Well,
Yeah,
Dust
I'm sure
is
he-
the
I'm
one
sure
who
he does.
ordered it, so...
Yeah, he gives him a thumb up in the general direction of where Dust would probably be. And then this the
A
astral
thumb
projection
up
thing.
appears from under the top.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so... Roll the skill. You still gotta roll the skill.
Is it an actual skill?
Yeah, it's an actual skill. Oh, it's not an actual skill?
No, you just do it.
Okay.
We've been over this, man. So many
We'll
times.
go for it. So you roll. I mean, you still have to do astral perception, right?
Yeah, to look around, I guess. Shrug.
Is that assessing?
Yeah, that's assessing.
We'll get roll that then. I don't know what the magic stuff is.
Okay, so what? A-sensing? Yeah, that's A-sensing. I think is a different skill actually. Oh well, so let's assume you see what's in there. So, I mean, let's see. Is it a similar situation to before, or is it a different situation to before? It is a different situation. So, I mean, you're going through and you're seeing body bags. Like, in this room, there's at least 10 body bags. So, there's a couple guys in there. There's at least 4 guys in there, heavily armed. Like, you've already recognized what type of foes they are because you've seen them before. You've been fighting them since. So, there's 4 guys in that room. Some of them are just relaxing. You notice that, like, it looks like there's a small militia going on. Like, there's some sort of weapon shop happening in the other room next door. There's at least 10 guys in there, of varying degrees of armament. And it looks like they have everything from ammo crates, weapon crates. Like, this whole place has been set up into some sort of camp.
Is there anything I can do in the astral realm to fuck them up?
No.
Yeah, you can still cast spells whilst in astral.
Yeah, but not without giving us away.
Yeah. Door control.
Okay, so what's probably concerning the most is that in the courtyard, it looks like they have some sort of vehicle.
It's the Batmobile.
No, it's not the Batmobile. So remember that vehicle from before? The one that wasn't armed? No, well, now this
Really?
one
They
is
got
like
that?
the armed version of that. So this one's got, it actually is the same vehicle. It's got its mounts, though. It has the 20mm cannon on top. And it looks like there's people manning it. Like, the vehicle is watching the courtyard.
So it's...
Now you're a man.
Maybe that's a little
So
too
someone's
big.
driving that.
Yeah, so there's someone in the driver's seat and there's someone in the gunner's seat.
Is it
And
smart
they
link?
look like he's like panning the gun around the courtyard, just in case something
Oh
happens.
my god, we have 2 hackers.
Yeah,
And someone
that's
in
it.
thought control.
Yeah, but
Because
that's
it's
if this
smart link,
one
I can
is
take over the
like,
gun.
that's if it's an automated gun. Though this is manual fire.
Well,
Well, if it's smart linked, I
full
can-
control.
Yeah, but it's not smart linked.
Okay, but the car is, in a sense, connected.
Yeah, in a sense. Well, that's unless these guys aren't dumb. So we'll see what happens. You can't see all that from astral.
No, God, no.
So I mean, there's those guys in the courtyard, and then it looks like they're working on some sort of aerial vehicle in the other yard.
Like, you can see pretty much anything in astral. I think it's just
Yeah,
black
but I
and
mean,
white.
electronic signals and such, I don't know about that. That's like a stretch.
Like, you could go into the car and check, like, what switches
Look around.
are turned.
Can he manipulate them, or is
Does
it
he
just
even understand
purely
electronics to actually know
I don't
what that
think
all
he has any
means?
skills that would relate towards that,
Yeah.
knowledge-wise.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have skills in mechanics, so he wouldn't know that.
Damn.
He's just a basic scout. He just observes. And our time is running out. We don't have a lot of it. Like, we have maybe 25 minutes before this is over. Okay,
Everybody's
so-
gotta go and get drunk.
No, it's just we're trying to end on time this time.
And,
So there was a particular
How do you-
drone I was considering for this particular operation.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, it's not a drone. It's an aircraft. It's not really a drone.
It's a drone.
Everything's a drone, basically.
yeah. And you're a drone. And you're a drone.
If it moves and it's robotic, it's a drone, pretty much. Even if it doesn't move and it's robotic, it's usually a drone.
Yeah, you can practically hack anything.
You could hack a toaster, literally.
Yeah.
Hack a toaster.
Yeah, you can. It's all connected. It's really weird.
It's the cyberpunk future. Cyberpunk.
Everything is connected.
Just because
Everything
it
is
doesn't,
robots.
just because it doesn't logically connect to the internet, it connects to the internet.
Yeah, I mean the van made sense because it was in passive mode, but I mean, this is supposed to be a more like they're not exactly these ones are smarter. I mean, they're setting up what looks like infrastructure.
I just
the
want
way
to
that
point
would
out
work
there
is
actually
that they would have
is
decker
a
that's
toaster that connects to the internet, so you can tell when your toast is done.
What the
Fuck
why?
this world.
We've already got this shit in real life.
Fuck
It's
this world.
stupid,
What the
but
hell?
it exists.
We don't have
Dude, I need that shit.
What the fuck?
I'd buy that.
What the hell is this thing
No.
called? Okay, so that's what this Okay, so I forget because it's this damn thing doesn't read semicolons, so I can't
So
save
we
it. You
want-
can't save a file and have a semicolon in it because it like messes with its brain.
We want these buildings, like, in working condition, right?
Ideally, because
You want
civilians
these
live
buildings
here.
working condition.
Okay, so what you're noticing is that in the back they're working on what looks like a they're working on what looks like a rotorcraft. And clearly it is armed, and it is like all they have to do is wheel it out and get it flying.
So he pays very close attention to that.
Yeah,
It's a
obviously.
good look at it, so he can describe
There's
it
like
to
there's 8 people,
Mara.
and it looks like they're loading up missile pods. They're loading up chain gun ammo. The pilot's getting ready to
hell.
fly it. So
Oh, this
these
is
guys
gonna
are
be good.
well supplied, and it looks like there's all types of different like crates in there. There's crates of rockets. There's crates of missiles. There's crates of chain gun ammo. It looks like an entire
there were
supply
crates of
store of
missiles?
what they need to fly this thing, and maybe
Hold up,
maintain
how
vehicles.
Where are the crates of missiles?
Like they're mostly like in this area. Hold on, I'll mark it. So you're taking track of where all the crates of explosives and other types of. So there's like here's where the. Let me put an M there. That's a crappy M. That's where the missile payload is. The fuel is over there. And then there's the ammo for the guns is over here, like for vehicle guns. It looks like a motor pool in this place. Like they've definitely renovated this place.
Well, I need to read what Napalm Ball does real quick.
What a what does?
I have a bad idea.
Okay.
My phone.
This is gonna be good.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys know what this vehicle is supposed to be.
It's a helicopter made in Japan.
Yeah, it's a no. I mean, like you don't know the model of helicopter. I mean, you can try it. He has basic skills, and if you can get a 1, you'll be fine. But otherwise, yeah, that's the advantage of having this new skill system. You can roll any skill with at a -1. So I mean, you could try to
Yeah, I mean,
identify
Knowledge
hardware.
skills that you don't know.
When he gets back and describes it to me, I know drones, so I should be able to just guess what it is.
Okay, so well, you have to roll his. What do you have to roll for that?
It would be his memory, and then I would have to roll a skill for it.
All right, so roll his memory. Let's assume he can remember all this stuff. Like, well, let's assume that he can that one memory roll is gonna go for all of this.
He has a very good memory.
He has a very good memory. It's not bad. That's real good. So, I mean, he can describe you in detail what the vehicles look like. So, I mean, you already know that this is like both of them are like what the helicopter is a Northrop Wasp, which is a one-man assault helicopter. It's got light armor. You could pierce it with just machine guns, but still, it's the heavy weapon mounts you have to worry about. And like you know from your experience that this is like a police level, security level piece of hardware. Like, these terrorists or these anarchists have some pretty good connections if they're getting police-grade hardware.
Yeah, that's like a solid 86K.
Yep, so they have the money.
Do you want
And
it?
the other one is the Ares
You
Roadmaster, which is, or you already know, that's an armored car, along with, that is also a high level of, like, Ares equipment, that's a cost a pretty penny.
Do you also want that car?
I
I'll
think
drive
we-
it over here.
Wow. I mean, if there's explosives by, we could just blow the explosives and then...
Well, I can get you
Boom.
the drone. You can fly it.
So,
I'll just eject the pilot.
like, strangely enough, the armored car is actually a legal purchase. It's an armored car, and you can buy it legally, so...
What the fuck? Damn.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
crazy.
It's not a security vehicle, it's just a... it's just
Yeah,
an
but the
armored car.
Wasp is supposed to be a police or security vehicle, so you can tell these guys have
Yeah.
connections. They're buying illegal technology. And there are that wasn't all of them. You still have to count the guys in the courtyard. Like, in the courtyard, there's at least 6 more. Like, there's 6 more, plus it looks like a much bigger guy in the center. Like, you have a good feeling this is the leader. He's the leader, and he's surrounded by 6 armed guards, and they have their guns. Like, you know, some of them are ready, some of them are not. But their leader looks strange. I mean, something about him's just off. Like, he's looking at the numbers, and then he turns and he looks straight at where Sam is projecting himself.
Oh joy.
So Sam immediately tries to cast napalm on the missiles.
He tries to cast napalm on the missiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so what you have to deal with is, like, remember, there's someone who's actively watching him, so he has a chance to counterspell.
Yes.
So, cast your napalm.
I need to double check what his magic is. The magic is 6. Okay. Yeah, he'll go in on it. Let's do it at force 10. I'm sure that'll be fine.
So you say, but we'll find out what happens. Let's see. Let me go to Sam, because I have to roll some of his stuff too, because I didn't set up this fully. Let's see, where is Counterspell anyway? It's a skill, it's not a...
Yeah, it's a skill you have to roll and it does stuff.
So for this, he has a counterspell of... Let's see, magic spell and the drain attribute. What is the drain attribute?
It depends on what heritage you are. So like your style of casting magic.
Okay, so... He has
Yeah,
a 6
like
and a
shaman
6, so... I'm trying to figure out how many dices are involved in this. All of them? Let's see. 6 and 5. Wait, what? 6 and 5? What the... I'm trying to figure out, it's like, okay, what's the... Damn, magic is so complicated. Alright, for the sake of this, I'm just going to roll his, because it'll make it easier. So, his counterspell didn't work exactly. Like, he'll reduce the effects, but not by much. So, I mean, he casts napalm, and there's an active resistance. And he quickly, like, you can hear in the astral plane, you quickly hear him say, it's like, there are intruders on the outskirts perimeter. Be on guard for magical attacks.
Well, fuck.
But he was able to napalm the missiles, right?
Yeah, he napalmed the missiles, but I mean, let's see how fast they are. Let's test their reaction time. Because they have to, like, he pretty much gave a warning, and then they have to first notice that the missiles are on fire, and then secondly put them out. So let's roll. What is that's just reaction, right? Or is that no? That's agility and reaction. So that's what 8. So they get 2.
2.
So I mean, they hear the whoosh of fire. They turn, and then they see that the missiles are on fire, and then they quickly go to put them out. Will they react in time, though? How much damage does the fire do? Like, let's see. So they have to do reaction plus int in order to put the fires out, because this is magical fire attack. So
That would be the missiles have to resist that.
yeah. So
I don't know what missiles.
well, let's test
do
the
to
structure.
resist
The,
fire.
the hardened material, so it's got an armor of 8. So this hits armor
Resist it.
directly. Okay,
The
so
missiles react and drive away.
So it's both.
Like,
it is
fuck
both
this
fire
shit.
and water damage. So let's see if the fire. It's enough fire damage to actually harm the missiles. So they get 1, 2, only 2 successes versus the 3. So how much damage does this fire actually do, though?
I'm not totally sure.
What book is it from? I can't see it.
Beats
in
the hell out of me.
core rulebook.
It's not in.
I bet you it's in. What
It's
is
in
it?
SG, whatever that is.
Yeah. Street Grimoire.
That's the one. Page 103. I don't have that one downloaded.
You should have access. Like, ideally, you should have access to all of it because it's in our links.
Yeah, my computer's really slow.
Yeah, the rules. Wait, what? Because we have the handouts, we have all the links, and then the it's under the manual links or the manual, whatever the hell. Okay, Street Grimoire, page 103. Who's actually? Am I opening that?
Currently looking for it.
All right, so. It's a good thing mine are in alphabetical order. Straight Grimoire, page 10. What? Firewater. 103 is the page. I don't see it on 103. Well, I see napalm. So, physical damage of what?
It might just be the force that I used.
Okay, so let's go to page 105. It says is where this is, so. Yeah, is it just your force? Damn it, I hate when it does that. Let's see. Surviving magic. Physical magic. No, not physical magic. That's adept powers. So I take it, Deadly, you don't know magic? Or you know magic, but you don't know, like, this level of magic?
Adept magic.
Okay, so, I mean, what the most we have so far is that it's your force. Taken and used as a weapon.
I'm looking.
So in essence that does 10 damage. Like, force of 10, 10 damage. Or at least it does as much damage as you get successes. I don't know.
Okay. Does physical damage.
It's so confusing. Damn you, magic. Damn you.
Force plus net hits with an AP.
Okay, so it
of
is just force.
Force.
AP of force?
Yeah, like negative force, minusing off the force.
Oh, it minuses out force. Okay, well, it doesn't have an AP, so it's going to do straight, like, 15 damage.
No, as in, it has an AP of force.
Yeah, it has a... But does that penetrate force, or does that penetrate everything?
That penetrates armor. That's armor
Okay,
penetration.
so the armor is
yeah,
pretty
so
much
the-
shredded off of that thing, because there's no... So that's going to detonate the missiles. Like, it's going to happen so quickly that... He resisted 80% of that, so... That would be what? Like,
He would have just needed one success to blow it all up.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
it
much.
also does elemental damage as well.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
fire damage, which is going to cause much more havoc. I mean, he quickly goes, like, a crew of, like, maybe 2 go over to try to stop the missiles from going up, but it's already too late. They've already been... Like, they're catching fire. Some of them go off, like, right there. How big are we talking of this explosion? So, we're talking a good 17-meter explosion. So, a lot of missiles cooking off and going up in a big fireball.
Oh, and if the initial fire and water spread around, they do extra damage as well.
I mean, it's like, your main objective was to simply light the missiles, right? Well, it lit the missiles, and it's causing this whole warehouse to be like...
Yeah, the goal is to take out the warehouse and specifically the drone.
Oh, I was going to try to save the drone.
Well, he already acted, so...
Yeah, it'll fuck us up if we
It's going to mess up the whole building. I mean, the missiles are going to go off. It's going to vaporize whoever's nearby, so that's 2 guys dead already. It's going to hit the fuel stores, which is also going to go up. And then the ammo's going to cook
explosion.
off. Yeah. Well, the ammo's going to
Which
survive.
triples it. Oh.
So,
Wait a minute,
hold
how
on, let me
tall is
check.
this building?
It's like a, let me check how big a blast radius the fuel is.
How tall is this building?
It's only a 1-story building. So, it's
okay.
going to probably take off the roof and collapse the building.
Actually, if you're within 10 meters of a collapsing 1-story building, would that do damage to you?
Yeah, so this is going to cause a chain reaction of destruction. So, luckily the ammo is far enough to not get cooked off by both explosions, but the missiles and the fuel are both going to go up. And likely
Wouldn't
the
those
vehicle's going to have
explosions
to...
damage the
Yeah, it will damage the vehicle and
helicopter
everybody
enough
around
to make
it.
it explode?
Thankfully they hadn't fully loaded up this thing yet, so it's not going to have anything for that. It's just going to damage the hull. But now we have to roll its hull itself and see how much damage it'll take. So I mean, he tried to stop the explosion, but yeah, I guess he didn't. But at least you know, like you're pretty sure. Yeah, there's a magic user as their leader. And this is a rotorcraft. It has a body. It has an armor of 8 and a body of 10. Which, with the current magnitude of explosion, would probably not do anything. So
Yeah, this is the,
that
No,
thing
no,
would,
the napalm itself would have destroyed it.
yeah, that would
Like, yeah.
that would both
If
melt
was
it and
within
crumple
range
it
of
like
the napalm, it would have
tinfoil.
been destroyed.
So, and so likely everybody in that warehouse is either dead or wounded. Because I mean, from where you're standing, you see that there's a fireball that goes like up.
Does that collapse the building?
Yeah, it does collapse. It collapsed that front face of the building. And debris is getting thrown in the air. I have sound effects for this, so let's use them. So this is what you hear in the background. And then you see there's a massive gaping hole that's been blown out of the building. There's debris now flying in the air. And like the leader is quickly he's getting inside. And he's getting everyone ready.
Oh, good.
Another
Like
explosion.
the guy on top of the hatch, he's dropping in to the hatch as debris is now starting to pummel the vehicle. Luckily, the
Only
debris
large
is not
rocks.
like the debris that's hitting it. This vehicle is not strong enough to actually pierce its hide.
Do any large rocks, fly up into the air?
No, there's no large rocks.
Oh.
It's just this whole building is just a gaping, like, it fell inwards, and like it's like it was blown, like a huge fire came out of it top-wise, and then all the debris fell into the hole. So if those guys aren't dead because they got hit with the explosion, they're dead because they got crushed. And likely this thing is now under all the debris, like it's bent way out of shape along with melted, and maybe 2 guys got out of that devastation, but there's no really certainty that they did. But the most you did is that everybody knows you're there, and the leader knows who attacked you. At least there's a mage, there's a counter mage he has to deal with. I mean, yeah, you had the chance to blow up a missile store, you did, and what'd you learn not to do? Don't put all your ducks in one row.
I think that's a really good place to end with just an epic explosion.
Yeah, big explosion.
I think it is.